Welcome to Two Jews Making Food, aka TJMF. I am Amy.
And I'm Rebecca. And today's episode is Hugs and Knishes.
Hugs and Knishes. Hugs.
Hugs. Well, we do have a very special guest with us today.
We have a special guest. If you've watched our show, you know that Jason Momoa always plays a very small role in it on the fridge, so we can look at him and feel inspired and confident and just,
He's always encouraging.
He's just an encouraging presence. So
but
the
now
lovely folks at LTV have gotten us our very own life-size Jason Momoa.
He's moved from the refrigerator into the kitchen.
Into our lives, into the kitchen. So here he is. I'm going to move him out of the way.
Live.
But
ish.
He's giving us the little prayer hands to namaste, have a good show.
He is cheering us on, but he'll be cheering us on from the corner.
He's wearing some Stars of David.
He's very festive.
Good. Shalom.
Shalom, Momoa.
Shalom, Momoa.
You just be over there in the corner cheering us on. So I'm very excited about today because I love Knishes. Now, did you grow up?
I want to make sure Momoa's on
Is
screen.
he set?
I think he's good.
All right. So I grew up eating Knishes. Did you grow up eating Knishes?
No.
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 See, I think that's crazy. We had family friends that were big. They sold a lot of Knishes. And I had
sold a lot of Knishes?
Yeah, but they made a lot of Knishes, like for the community, for restaurants, like that's where people would get them from. And there were so many interesting flavors.
Did they have a food service license?
Oh, of course.
Okay, good.
No, it was like a real thing. Like you could order them across the country.
They were Knish dealers.
They were Knish dealers.
Right. Knish peddlers.
Oh,
I didn't grow up eating Knish.
Really?
But you grew up in California too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of a New York thing.
Yeah, well, the people who made them that I knew of were from New York.
I've eaten everything, that's in a Knish.
Well, because it's delicious. It's delicious. Okay, so we should get going because there's actually a lot of steps to the Knish, and we can kind of talk about it as we go. So 1910.
She's very brave to do this, I have to say.
1910 is the official Knish debut in New York City.
Da, 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 da.
1910. Very important, very important. So that was when the first exclusive Knish bakery opened in New York City. Did you know that?
What? No.
Well, now you do.
You are a
And I actually think to this day, I think it's still open.
Really?
Yes.
What's it called? Knisharush? Knisharush?
Knisharush? No, that would be closed if it was that one.
It should be called Hugs and Knishes, actually.
Hugs and Knishes.
Hugs and Knishes.
Oh, okay, we're literally kibitzing about random stuff. So now Knishes are close to borecas?
Borecas. Oh, yes, I do know what a boreka is, but it's nothing like that.
But I think it's more commonly found in Israel. I was told that Knishes are not always readily available in Israel, but they're more of like an American, Eastern Jewish food.
Got it.
So that's when we came over, they came with us.
Understandable.
And it's kind of like
you're welcome, New York.
You're welcome. But
on the streets.
It's actually like from various cultures. They come from a little bit of everywhere.
Right. So there's other cultures have
similar
things.
There's calzone, there's pierogi. Right. There was the fatir. I think that's for like more Middle Eastern.
Kind of sounds like flat tire.
Spedicopodo, yeah, which is the Greek, obviously.
Right. Spinach pie. So this is potato pie.
This is potato pie. And today we're doing traditional. So the traditional Knish is potato.
The Tradish Knish
is potato and like fried onions. Although they're golden and they smell so good. Hot fat.
Hot fat.
Looking
for some hot fat, baby, this evening.
Okay, so I actually made. So what makes these things special is the schmaltz.
Schmaltz.
So schmaltz, and a lot of people hear that word, but they don't really know what it means.
Especially at the end of our show, they hear it.
Because it's schmaltz and stick, which
yeah.
now you know. But the schmaltz is actually chicken fat. Chicken fat, said with a smile. So the bottom here, I actually made this last night.
She made her own schmaltz.
I made my own schmaltz.
She's such a good Jew.
I am such a good Jew. I commit. So it's actually, down here is like the chicken broth, like condensed chicken broth. And up here, which is the fatty layer at the top, is the schmaltz. So now you know.
Now you know.
Now you know. And actually what we do with the schmaltz is we cut up about 1 white onion's worth of onion. You put it into a pan, you put a little bit of vegetable oil in it, and then you add like a couple tablespoons of the fat from the top into the pan. Now I have these going because...
So the congealy bits.
Yeah, the congealy bits. I have these going because it takes about... I cook these really low, slow, long period of time.
I like the way you said that in a low voice. Low, slow.
It's very sexy. It's very sexy, these onions.
Not when I say it.
That's just creepy.
Bless you.
But you
Hey, while
cook
you're
them,
doing that, I'm gonna roll.
Juice.
I'm gonna loosen up my juice.
So-
and my lemons.
you cook the onions for a really long time. It took me probably about 20 or so minutes to get these onions to where I wanted them to be, and they like dissolve. They're so, so good.
They look amazing.
And when they get to about this golden state, you throw in a teaspoon of sugar over the top.
Really?
Yes, so it's vegetable oil, a little bit of the schmaltz, and towards the end you put in just a touch of sugar, and the onions are already so sweet. And then it makes them even like, it doesn't even make them sweeter. It almost like it mellows them out. It almost makes the sweetness like linger.
I think the Golden State Warriors should change their name to the Golden State Onions.
Golden State
basketball.
Onions. Well, no, I get it. I just was thinking how you would chant that at a game.
I don't know. I don't think Steph Curry would go for it.
Well, but you know. So then the other thing that you do to get these things going is you have to boil potatoes, and it's about 1 pound of peeled potatoes. I used gold potatoes because it's what I like. I like the taste. And you just let them boil, and you don't even salt the water. You just put them into the water, and you boil them for like 10, 15 minutes until they get like nice and not overly soft. That's kind of the key to these, is that you want them to be soft enough that you can smush them. But if you overcook them, which I did one time while I was making several rounds of these, it leaves it kind of mushy, and you almost want like not an al dente, but it's like you want the
crumbly.
Yeah, you want the potato to have some heft. You don't want it to be mush. If you overcook them, it just kind of turns into grainy mush, which I don't care for that taste.
Just FYI, I'm loosening the juices of the lemons because I have to squeeze them for my
juices.
cocktail. So while she's doing that, I'm loosey juicy.
Loosey juicy.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be squeezing some juice over here.
And now the third part of this is the dough. Now the dough is actually super simple. And again, I had to make the dough early because it needs to rest for about a half hour once you finish making the dough. And so you take 3 cups of flour. Please sift your flour. I had no idea what.
I love when you scold the audience.
Sift your flour. Slift it.
Please sift your flour.
Sift your flour.
Please shift. What is it? Sift.
You're going to get there.
Please sift your flour, people.
Sift it, all of you.
Please sift your flour.
So I measured out 3 cups, which is what it calls for, of flour. And I was weighing it because I'm super into weighing my ingredients. Yeah, because you know what? Why not?
What's
So
baking?
I found out I was using so much extra flour that it was almost like, well done. You signed up for that basketball team.
I already had one cocktail.
Yeah, you're on that
apparently.
basketball team with the what is it? Golden onions?
Golden State
onions.
Yeah.
So, but the flour, you use so much more flour than you even realize if you don't sift
If you don't sift.
So you got to give it a little bit of air. Give it some air. So 3 cups of sifted flour, about
Please
a
sift your
teaspoon.
flour.
Please sift your flour. A teaspoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of salt. And you just kind of mix it up in the bowl, give it a little bit of air. And then you take 1 egg, a half a cup of water, the oil, yes, a third of a cup of vegetable oil. And then the key to this, you ready for the key?
Yeah.
Vinegar.
Really?
A tablespoon of white vinegar. And it actually helps to create a lighter dough.
Really?
It kind of gives it the little
Vinegar
bit.
has so many uses.
I know. It gives it like the pH that it needs in order to be able to be like a nice, fluffy, almost pastry-like dough without
You're such a
being
scientist.
pastry. I do like the science of food. I think the science of food
Take
is
that,
so
Bill
interesting.
Nye.
Take that, Bill Nye. So let's.
Learn it all on TJMF.
That's right. He inspires me. So I'm going to go
Science
ahead.
and shtick and schmaltz.
Science, schmaltz, and shtick. Don't say that 3 times fast.
Can't.
So I'm going to actually get this dough rolled out. Now, I'm using a board with some flour. You know what else I've really decided that I like when I roll out is to put parchment paper. Have you ever rolled
easier cleanup?
out dough on parchment paper? It doesn't stick, and you
haven't.
don't have to add like a lot of excess flour. It does not dry out your dough. So usually I lay a piece of parchment down, but I found that this was just a little bit easier in terms of travel and getting it all here. So now if you find that you're getting a little bit of pullback from the dough, just let it rest. They said resting this dough is important. So once you knead the dough all together, and you literally just pour the liquid ingredients right in. I used, like with the dough hook and the KitchenAid, whatever.
Right.
And it goes on like that. You knead it for about 8 minutes, 10 minutes or so. And then when it's done, it has to rest for about a half hour. You just leave it to relax.
Give it a rest.
Because knishes are a very relaxed food. Now, I was a little intimidated about making knishes because I felt like it was a big undertaking.
Which is why you're doing it.
Which is why I'm doing it, not Amy. But then I realized after doing research and kind of figuring it out, it's actually a very forgiving recipe. Like, it doesn't judge you.
I feel like it's gonna taste good no matter what.
Well, exactly, because of hot fat.
Hot fat.
Hot
yes.
fat. Yeah. You can't go wrong with hot fat.
Hot fat,
Baby, this evening. So we're rolling this out, and what you do is you roll it out so you're gonna make like a sausage. That's kind of a weird way to describe it, but like a sausage with the onion and potato mixture, and then you're gonna roll it up in the dough. So again, like the key to this is getting it as thin as possible because you're gonna wrap it around, so it kind of gives it those yummy layers. But Amy, you know what I need while I'm doing this, and I'm working so hard over here?
A cocktail.
A cocktail.
I gotta tell you something.
Tell me.
I'm very proud of myself because I just squeezed 2 lemons because I need 3 ounces of lemon juice.
Okay.
And how much lemon juice did I squeeze exactly? 3 ounces.
Oh, Amy, you're so
I mean,
good.
come on.
You're so good. You're gonna love the Yiddish word of the day because I feel like
Really? You know what? I don't even know what it is. I
don't
didn't
even know what
I
it
didn't
is.
pre-screen.
my mom and I did it.
I know. Janet's back.
I don't even
Janet's
tell
on
you.
her way here.
Janet is on the way here.
flying.
My
She may
mom
make
is
she may
flying
make
in
an
the
actual
sky.
appearance.
I think she actually just
JMF.
landed.
She should. You think
Because
she
you
just
know,
landed?
I'm
Oh,
checking
thank
in on my
God.
mom, checking the flight. You know.
No, it's very stressful.
Everybody
My
knows.
dad's like all about the flight tracker when I travel.
Oh, got to.
My mother's like, where is she now? Has she landed yet?
That's being Jewish.
Especially when my mother is like the queen of the Jews when it comes to worrying.
Well, that's what we do.
Mom, this knife is very sharp. Don't worry. Don't cut your
Don't
fingers.
worry. Don't cut your fingers.
All right, well, yeah, so cocktail time. Is that what you're trying to
Please.
tell me?
Yes.
All right, fine.
It's been 15 minutes. It's time.
All right, yeah. Hello. All right, so I am making a Meyer lemon margarita.
Love Meyer
Yes,
lemons.
in the winter, which means,
Love
guess what,
margaritas.
folks? No Meyer lemons.
So what are you going to do about it, Amy?
So I'm going to sweeten them up a little bit with a little bit of simple syrup, just a little bit of sugar water. So as I said, I happen to squeeze exactly 3 ounces of lemon juice,
Very good.
which is how much you need for this. This is really for one, but our glasses are small, so that's why I'm not doubling it. So I've got 3 ounces of just regular lemon juice because there were no Meyer lemons because it's winter on the East Coast. So I just made some simple
In
syrup.
California, you could find them.
Probably, yes. In California, you could. Probably at Apricot Lane Farms or something.
Yeah, you know.
So I'm putting in a little bit of simple syrup just to sweeten up the lemon juice. Yeah, so I just made a little sugar water. All right.
Jason, what are your feelings on this?
It was like I put in the ice too soon. He likes it.
He's encouraging. I can see it in his eyes.
He likes it.
He's looking right at you and he's like, do it, Amy.
He said no single-use plastics.
He said, don't use
a big thing
single-use
for him.
plastics. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said.
It is.
He's encouraging you. You can see it. He's like, Amy, go ahead.
All right, so
These are ready.
3 ounces of lemon juice, but again, because it's not Meyer lemons, I just used lemon juice with a little bit of sugar. 3 ounces of Cointreau or triple sec or Crème
Crème Marnier,
Marnier,
if
which
you're
is more
fancy.
expensive. So 3 ounces of
Don't
triple
make
sec.
yourself crazy over
Gotta
the
say, I
triple sec.
hope that my thing is going to be big enough for this. This is getting tight.
Just drink it right out of there then.
I know. 3 ounces of triple sec, or sorry,
My God.
Cointreau today.
What else goes in there?
3 ounces of tequila. So it's going to be full.
Do you want to knock,
Woo!
you want to knock some of the ice out?
No,
Okay.
I'll just make it work.
Just make it work, Amy. Just pour the
Tim
tequila.
Gunn says, make it work.
You can also just pour
Oh,
tequila
it's fine.
in
I
the
got.
cup.
I'm gonna do a little bit more. Boop. Yeah, I know you like to do the pouring the tequila directly in the cup. I don't
Pour
like that.
tequila directly in my
'Cause it's
mouth.
too-
Whatever.
Yeah, it's too strong for me to do it that way. All right, so I've got lemon
Can't
juice.
all be me, Amy.
3
Go
ounces
ahead.
of Meyer lemon juice or sweetened lemon juice. 3 ounces of Cointreau. 3
Lemon
ounces
juice.
of tequila. Rebecca bought me this tequila, by the way, for my birthday.
Because I'm fancy.
Yeah, she is. So shaking it up.
Now I'm just waiting. I'm excited.
Now, what are you doing?
Well, we're adding all the ingredients together. So now once you get this beautiful golden, look at those onions, Amy. Look at the
Whoa.
hot fat in these onions.
I just want to point out I almost knocked Jason Momoa over with my tuchus.
Well, he's got to learn how to get out of the way. I'm putting them in with the potatoes.
I gotta get rid of this ice. Yes.
Oh my God, that looks so good. So now, a lot of people think that you would make mashed potatoes for this. However, you cannot mix meat and milk in traditional Jewish cooking because it wouldn't be kosher. So you can't have the chicken fat and then put milk into the potatoes. So the fat from the onions is actually going to be the liquid that kind of binds all this together. Now you do not have to use chicken fat. It is not required, or schmaltz. It's not required at all to make these. You can make them vegetarian if you want to with vegetarian, what is it called? Stock?
Stock, yeah.
You can use chicken stock. I mean, you can use beef stock, I guess, if you wanted. But you can also just use butter, olive oil. Like I said, this is really forgiving. You do it to whatever your dietary needs are. No one's judging you. And surely the Knish is
Aren't
not.
they, though?
I mean, I might be at home, but you know,
All right, so while you're doing that, I'm rimming my glasses with some lemon juice so that I can dip them into some, instead of doing salt, because I don't like salted rims on margaritas, and since we're doing a different style of margarita with the Meyer lemon, I'm going to rim it with sugar because
you
that's
can.
how I feel about doing it. So
Yes, you can.
I've got a plate here with some sugar. I'm just tappy tap. Oh, that's working well.
Ooh, how pretty.
I know.
I like that you didn't use water, Amy.
Thank you. I learned that from you. It doesn't work. You know,
It doesn't work.
That was when you did your little lecture. You're like, people, don't use water when you're rimming your glass.
Well, I would go to parties and people would put water, and then they would hand you a glass with like the sugar, the salt like dripping down the side, and you're like sticky and gross. And you just said, what kind of party is this?
My hands are clean.
The alcohol's going to kill
Since
it.
it's a margarita, I got to put some ice
It's
in.
fine.
I wanted crushed ice, but we didn't have it.
C'est la vie.
All right, so give it another shake and a pour.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't it though?
Yeah, you did a nice job.
Thanks, girl. Oh, there's so much in here.
Oh my gosh, and there's
We can
extra.
share it.
You guys want some? Jason, you need some?
Oh, I should have made one for Jason. So it also suggests putting in like some what do
pretty.
you call it?
That's pretty.
Here, let's do this. Can you guys show this overhead? There we go. So yeah, so I just put a floating lemon in it, but
That's pretty.
I say like a edible flower is nice too. So cheers.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Oh,
That's delicious.
I like it. What do you think?
Jason, tell us. His eyes say it all.
He says,
Yeah, ladies.
"May I have some more, please?"
May I have some more?
Some more, please. This is really
some
good.
more. It
This
is
you know,
very
it's
good.
not, and I'm not like a huge margarita person, so I like this because it's not like, it's got it's almost like a tequila and lemonade. It's really good.
I think we need to kick it over to the Yiddish lesson of the day. And
Back
then when
to
we come
Southern
back,
California, to your mom.
yeah, we're going to go
Janet.
ahead and set this up at Knishes.
Oh my God, yes.
Can't wait.
Yiddish lesson of the day.
Here we go. Mom?
Good morning from the East Coast.
Good morning from sunny Southern California.
It is not sunny or warm here today.
Actually, it's beautiful outside. I'm going to go for a walk in a little bit.
Oh, you're lucky. We're slushing through the slush. That's what we do now.
We're
This
good to
time of
go.
So what is our Yiddish word of the day? You are the lucky contestant.
Our Yiddish word of the day is balabasta.
This is one of my favorite Jewish terms. I like being called this. I think it's very sweet. What does it mean?
It means a perfect homemaker or mother.
Which I think is very sweet. It's like such a nice Yiddish word.
Well, I think what's funny is I'm such a perfect homemaker.
But you are a wonderful mother. So
I am a wonderful mother and I am a wonderful bubby.
you're a wonderful bubby. Oh my gosh, my kids are obsessed, as they
I
should
will be seeing them in a few days.
That's right.
I'm
So
excited.
if I make these knishes, I'm a balabusta. Is that right?
Yes, a balabasta means you've got it together. You're
Oh,
providing for your family.
Oh yeah, clean house, clean dishes, no
Don't worry,
laundry.
I have clothes in the dryer.
That's right. You haven't left laundry to be washed again that you forgot about in the
Well,
washing
the
machine.
next time I do laundry, I'll pull the stuff out of the dryer.
Oh yes, a balabusta. That's what she does for sure.
Yes, someone who's organized and got it all together.
Which explains us perfectly.
That's why we have a cleaning service.
So
Oh
today,
my gosh.
Amy and I are being bullabustas by making knishes.
What kind of knishes are you making? I'm just curious.
The potato knish. I figured
it'll
we
be
should
delicious.
start simple.
My father would love the knishes. They'll be delicious.
Well, it's funny because I guess knishes have they've changed. Originally, it was which is what I know. I know them as like a doughy, like almost like a calzone in a way. Like that's
Yes.
sort of what it's similar to. But then in New York, it changed and they were frying them like that fried. You could buy them on carts for a while. They were like fried meat filled or potato filled dough. Now, I'm not familiar with the fried ones. I think those are not as traditional as the baked ones.
I wonder if that's a way of accommodating a cart,
Perhaps.
because you couldn't have an oven, but you could have a fryer, I guess. We fry a lot of things.
Well,
that's weird.
That's
to me.
not it though. Yeah, because what I know, and obviously what you know, is we grew up with my mother's knish, which is like one of the like handful of knish makers. And so, they were friends of ours, and I remember delicious knishes. They used to make all kinds of crazy flavors.
Traditional, and they're very traditional, and they came from the East Coast, so it was very East Coast inspired.
So, but they were delicious, and I remember a lot of different flavors, and they were the best.
Yes.
So,
yes,
but,
delicious.
That's what I remember. That's what I remember eating, and so that's kind of the flavor I'm going with for my knishes for today. Is in the same vein as that doughy knish as opposed to a fried one.
Now it's going to make me go over to Brent's Deli and get a knish.
Get a knish. Well, good. I wish I was there with you. That would be some matzo ball soup and a knish.
You will be here soon. We can go and get.
That's right. Amy and I think we're going to be in town about the same time. So maybe we can get together and have a feast.
I have to meet Amy.
I think it's funny that you don't know her.
No, not yet. I will though.
Just through the show.
Yes.
All right,
yeah,
Bubbakins.
She talked to me the last time. I was like, I don't know you yet. All right, my sweet girl. I will be seeing you guys in just a few days.
Yes, I love you. See you soon.
Love you, doll.
Balla busta the way through until you get here.
I will, sweetie pie. I love you, honey.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Balla Busters!
Balla busta! That's
Making some knishes.
So the perfect homemaker. So we're doing the last part here, which is making the sausage, which I know that's a very strange way to explain this. I know it's not ideal. But you're like kind of making like a log of like potato.
So you're just like putting all the potato inside the dough and like in a long, maybe if they show us the overhead, we can see.
So now what you do when you're making this is make sure that you leave yourself an edge around it, because that's kind of part of the key to wrapping these and having them not fall apart.
Gotcha.
So there we go. Okay. And now I take egg wash.
Egg wash.
And I put it just around the edges here.
Nice.
So that way it seals it. All right, Amy, you ready for the toughest part of this whole thing? Because I actually think these
needed a zip first, but now I'm ready.
These are pretty easy up to this point. Okay, ready?
Okay, yes, I'm ready. Do it.
Okay, so you take this and you roll it over.
Roll it over.
And again, the dough is pretty
It's
forgiving.
thick, so it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, it really works with you.
So you're folding it over.
I fold it over and you're making like a little
Are you making one
package.
enormous knish, or are you going to cut?
Yeah, girl, no. The hard part of the knishes is cutting them.
Okay.
So
you make it in like a log.
You're making a log.
Okay.
Now some people go ahead and they make individual knishes, and that's fine. But I'm doing it like the fancy way.
What is you put these knish in front of me and I'm like salivating.
Now I want to eat them. I know.
Hurry up.
Cook faster. You're being so slow. Okay.
Tucky.
So now, some people do this with their hand. Ooh, I'm going to need
looks like an envelope.
I'm going to go ahead and grab a
you're
knife.
Pinching.
Yeah, you want to pinch
Here,
it
I got a
close.
knife here. You need a knife?
You have a knife?
I got a good knife. Don't cut yourself.
Well, I can't use so don't use the actual sharp end of the knife.
Okay.
So use the blunt end of the knife,
Oh,
and you kind of cut through.
are you sure?
Yeah, you're sealing it. That's what you're doing.
Oh, I see.
Oh, wait, I might need to.
That's interesting.
And then you take it, and you push that down. And if you want to close them all the way, you can. I actually like mine a little open because I like to be able to see what's inside.
Yeah, you got to show this. You got to do another
Yeah, I'll do another one.
So you've completely enclosed it.
Yes. Okay. So
Can we zoom in on that?
I'll put this here. So that's what that is. So now, take this, just make sure it's like, give yourself closure. And you push
So
it
you use the
down.
blunt end of the knife so that essentially the blunt
You know
end
what?
is-
Some grandmas who were doing this, I was watching on the internet because I was like, all right, show me the tricks of the trade, ladies.
Yeah.
They use their hands. I don't know.
They like pull it off.
They like just like use their hand.
Can I do one?
Yes, oh my gosh, please. So I just push the filling down a bit and you pull the dough over if you want them to be fully sealed. Like I said, the ones that I made, I was used to being able to see what's inside. And
So you just tuck tuck under here.
Yes, and if the other side open, you just close
It
the
opened.
pull the dough.
It opened.
It's fine. Pull the dough.
Closing it, and
The
now
dough-
it's oozing out the top.
Well, then you can keep
But
it
I'm
open
gonna smush it back in.
too.
Okay, so I'm smushing this back
Yep.
in.
No, I'm just
Oh, mine's
doing
not
a bad job smushing.
I'm doing
There
a
we go.
bad job.
Oh, there we go.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna taste
So basically, you just pinch the edges like a little
Whoa,
candy.
that's a whole different one you did there. That's like an empanada you've made. So you're doing them all different shapes even. Like this I've done, you can have it where the top is open like
Yes,
this.
and that's
enclosed.
when the ones that I
So
have
here we've
finished.
got all different kinds. Maybe we can, hey, can we, ooh, that's hot. Can we zoom in on this?
Sorry, just that. Look how beautiful those are. So I'll make one that's open.
Can you, oh,
So I push the dough down. I push the filling down, and I close the bottom so that way
there's a,
it doesn't
we've got an
leak
open
out.
one, we've got a semi-closed one, and we got a fully closed one.
Yeah, and then I just kind of take it around. You can make them whatever shape you want. They're square, rectangle.
Do you need to do an egg wash on these before
Yes.
you put them in the oven? Because we're
Are we running low on time?
low on time.
We're getting there.
It's okay.
So you just kind of do this a little bit,
Little egg wash.
little egg wash around. Oh my God, these are so good.
Yum.
So we'll go ahead and throw
So
those in the
excited.
oven.
Turn that off.
Oh, please do. Okay,
Putting it in the oven.
put it in the oven. Goodbye, Knishes.
Good. I can't do it.
You can't do it. You can't do
So,
it. It's an
yeah.
inside joke. If you,
Goodbye, Knishes.
oh God, if you want to know, you could join us on our Facebook page,
Just be
YouTube
friends with
channel.
us.
Yeah, that joke
It's
is
a
endless.
Spielberg reference.
It's a joke that keeps on giving. So I have to say, we made it. Look how beautiful these are. Amy, let's eat
taste.
one.
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
I want this one.
Okay, I want this one. Well, cheers. Oh my God, these are so cute. And you can make them any size. You want to make them like little. I actually grew up with them like a little bit bigger, more like a sandwich.
So I think, yeah, mustard would be good on this.
You could do mushroom. Those onions are good. Jace, you want some? Chicken fat's so good.
He likes it.
Schmaltz.
Way to go, girl. Good job.
Amy was a little bit intimidated by this,
Yeah.
but I feel like you could do it yourself next time. You don't have to be scared.
I
Just
totally
jump
will
in.
do it now. I'll do it. Yeah. Congratulations, Knish.
Oh my God, I'm a
Hugs and
Bullabusta.
Knishes.
Hugs and Knishes from your two Bullabusta Jews.
Yeah. Well,
girl.
thank you for joining us
Yes.
on Two Jews Making Food, Hugs and Knishes.
Hugs and Knishes.
I am Amy.
And I'm Rebecca.
Join us next time for more schmaltz
And
and shtick.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
To life.